Hello, Algebra 1. Today we are going to do more practice writing function rules. We want to make sure that we always define our variables, which means we are saying what each of our variables represents. So in our first situation, we have that your family purchased a brand new SUV. The sticker price was $28,000 and the car loses approximately $13.50 in value each year. All right, so that just means that the car is not going to be worth as much each year. So what are the variables that are happening in this car? Well, we have cost for sure, and we also have talking about years. Okay, these are our two variables that we're referring to. We have money and we have years. And what we should remember is that cost is always dependent. Our cost is going to depend on the number of years. So let's use this to identify our variables. Let's go ahead and make cost our C, and let's make number of years Y. Okay, so there we've identified our variables. So now let's write a function rule. Okay, we're not going to make a table this time. This lesson we are focused on trying to write our function rules without a table. So what we should have here is that the cost, because that's what we're trying to find, was $28,000. That's where it started. And it is losing, so that means it's going down. How much is it going down? $13.50 per year. So that's why. All right, so that is our function rule, and now we'll just answer some follow-up questions about it. How much will the car cost in 15 years? So again, look at your unit. 15 years tells us the 15 is going in place of y. Okay, so we'll just show our work first. Okay, so we're plugging in a 15 for y, 15 years, and now we'll go ahead and we will subtract. Okay, I'm just plugging this in, and we should get $7,750. Make sure you have your unit. Okay, this is cost, so that's why it is dollars. All right, and now we'll go backwards. How many years will have passed if the car's value is $15,850? Well, this is money, so this is going in place of C. So we'll plug this guy in. And again, that y is just still going to be a y. And now this is something that we were practicing solving in our last unit. Again, we'll undo addition and subtraction first. So we'll subtract our 28,000 on both sides. And we have 15,850 minus 28,000. That's negative 12,150 equals, make sure you bring down your negative. Okay, and then we're going to divide by our negative 1350 on both sides. And that gives us 9. And remember, we just solved for y, so make sure you have your unit. Y equals 9 years. Okay, so this just means that 9 years have passed if this is the price of your car now. Okay, let's try another situation. Export Fitness has 12, or excuse me, not 12 payment plans, 2 payment plans. You can either be a member by paying a $200 entrance fee and then $3 per times you visit, or you can be a non-member and you just pay $13 every time you visit. So again, let's think about what variables we have in this situation. Okay, variable number 1, we're dealing with money again. So I'm going to say cost. The other variable we have is our visits, okay, because they're talking about how much you pay when you visit. Visits are kind of like time, so that would be an independent variable. And again, cost, money, is always dependent. So we can say the cost depends on the number of visits. And let's identify our variables as well. Cost, let's stick with C. And number of visits, how about a V? All right, so we're going to write two function rules. So I'm just going to draw a line here. So function rule number 1 is for when we are a member of the health club, and function rule number 2 is for when we are a non-member. Again, the goal here, you're trying to figure out how much money it costs, so that's why we're going to start with a C equals. All right, so if we're a member, how much are we paying? Okay, we're paying $200 up front, plus $3 per time you visit. So that's going to be $3 per visit. Notice the V is going with the 3, not the 200. Okay, otherwise if you had 200 V, that's $200 per visit. Okay, it's $3 per visit. Now non-member, they just pay $13 per visit. They didn't say anything about a starting fee, so if you want to put a 0 plus, you certainly can, but really we just need the $13 per visit, so just 13V. Okay, and we want to know how much will it cost to visit 10 times as a member. So we are looking at this function rule right here, and it says 10 times, that's a visit, so we will plug in place of V. Okay, and again, you do want to show your work. So this will be $230. Make sure you have a dollar sign. All right, if you flip the page, we are going to skip problem number 3, and we're going to come on down to problem number 4. The state fair charges $6 for admission plus $2.25 for each ride. Okay, again, we want to think about what variables we have in this situation, and just like the ones before it, we definitely have cost, so that's money again. What is the other thing that we're referring to? We have $2.25 for each ride, so we also have number of rides. And again, money is always dependent, so we can just jump straight to the cost depends on, and then we'll have the number of rides. Let's stick with C for our cost, and for number of rides, let's go ahead and put an R. Write a function rule describing how many rides you can go on. Okay, we already defined our variables. So again, overall, we're going to start with a C equals, and it's always your dependent variable that comes first like this. So since cost depends, we are going to put C equals. So go ahead and pause the video. I want you to see if you can write your function rule yourself. Think about how much you're paying up front and then how much per ride. And then go ahead and press play again so you can see if your answer is right. Okay, go ahead and pause now. All right, so welcome back. The correct answer is C equals 6 plus 2.25R. And again, that's because it's $2.25 per ride, so the $2.25 does need to go with the R. Eduardo has $25 to spend. How many rides can he go on? Well, $25 is a cost, so this will need to go in place of C. So I'm plugging this in. And now we can go ahead and solve it. Subtract your 6 on both sides. It's going to give you 19. And then finally divide by 2.25 on both sides because that's what's with our R. And if you notice, when you do that, we get 8.44 rides. Now, can we go on 8.44 rides? We cannot. Do we have enough money for 9 rides? We do not. So this we are going to round down to 8 rides, and we would just have some money left over. Okay, because we can't go on like 8.5 rides. You can't get on and then be like, nope, I'm getting off. Okay, once you paid, you paid. Okay. And finally, how much will it cost to go on 3 rides? See if you can pause and try this one yourself, and then come on back. Okay, so 3 rides. 3 rides is an R. That means we're plugging in place of R, and we're going to find C. Okay, so hopefully this is what you did. And then this is something we can just type right on in, 6 plus 2.25 times 3. And if we went on 3 rides, it would cost us $12.75. All right, hopefully this helped cleared up some things about function rules for you. Please let me know if you have any questions. Have a great day. Bye.